Hey there everyone, this is Cyberfake. Welcome back to my playthrough of Etrian Odyssey 3. Guess what time it is? It's that time. Those of you who don't know what I refer to is that any Etrian Odyssey 3 player knows that sometimes you screw shit up. I'm not kidding. Sometimes you screw shit up. What I've learned about my team is that it is not perfect. In the highest sense, it's not perfect. And, well, it doesn't need to be perfect. However, at the caliber it's running at now, it would take way too much extensive grinding for me to get past the rest of the game. So, that sounds like a problem I need to fix, because I can't be obsessively high-leveled all the time. Especially since this playthrough is kind of consistent with its time basis. So what I have to do instead is get this. Is I have to rework the party, and that is not always easy. Not at the slightest is it easy. In fact, this is really, really hard. Because you have to figure out who to sacrifice, who needs to be replaced, who can stay, who can't stay, how to fix it, what to fix it with, all of that jazz. And it's hard. Every time you play Etrian Odyssey 3, and you don't completely plan it through, you're gonna run into the stage where you screwed up somewhere. Even people who plan things through will realize, oh shit, I screwed up somewhere. It's just a little fact of life. And it's unfortunate, but it happens, and shit happens. And we all know shit happens. So, there. Shit happens. So, what do we do about it when shit happens? Well, when shit happens, we have to rework the team. It's not a crisis. It's not a crisis. Thank goodness, right? It's not a crisis. Oh my god. However, that doesn't mean it doesn't need reworking, because it does. So, go to the Explorers Guild, and you start having to rule out people who can no longer be of assistance, or are not really pulling at their weight as expected, or who have been subclassed poorly, or etc, etc, etc. You have to look at every single characteristic of your player, and you have to adjust. And sometimes you're going to have to adjust multiple times, and this is going to do hampers on your levels, so you're going to have to grind a little bit more. But trust me, if you do this preliminary stuff around the 3rd stratum, with the subclassing, and you screw up around now, you want to do it, you want to try to recognize your problem as soon as you can, and fix it as soon as you can. And that's what I'm trying to do before I enter the Hall of Conviction, because that'd be a major mistake right now, the way the team's running. So, I've realized, okay, the team doesn't exactly have a good strategy behind it besides defense heal, and what happens if that's shut down. And by shut down, I mean head binded. One of the people dies. Main offense dies, my offense comes to a crawl, and that sucks. So, how do we solve it? Big question of the day. How do you solve something like that? And the answer is, your first playthroughs of the game, especially if you're not using a walkthrough, it's kind of trial and error, and then something snaps. Oh, maybe I could do this. And when you try new strategies, you can figure out what way will work better in the long run. And that means you have to remap the team, and we have to figure out a different strategy. Because the current team is not going to pull it. It's great. First of all, main problem, we got 2 healers, only 1 offensive person, and that's it. Omina's fine, she's our defensive person. Okay, so we have... Let's start making a basic inventory. We're going to want 1 healer, 1 defender, so let's write this down. 1 healer. Right now I'm at 2, so I'm not... So that's not gonna work, so I'm gonna have to fix that. So we have 1 healer, 1 defender, so we have our 1 defender. And then we want 3 offense, and this is my favorite, 2 offense and 1 gimmick, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, 2 offense and 1 gimmick. And this gimmick is important. The gimmick is what makes your team different from every other team in the world. And because basically the gimmick slot is the free slot that it doesn't matter what you choose, that will help you get through the game, supposing you do it right. So that's the gimmick slot. The gimmick slot is best used with ninjas. Future classes such as Shogun and Geek Droid fit perfectly in the gimmick slot as well. And if you don't feel like using it as a true gimmick slot, you can just use it as another offensive slot. Okay, so right now we already have a defender. That would be Omina, so she stays. We have 2 healers, so that means I have to knock out 1 healer. And then Vincent is the current gimmick, and he's not working. Also, we don't have that much offense. So, time to start problem solving. We go to formation. Okay, we know who we're going to keep for sure. We're going to keep Omina for sure. She's our defender. We're going to keep Zera for sure. She's one of our offense. We're not going to keep Vincent in the main team. And then I have to decide between Gandra and Keyairah. And it's not easy. So, but I'm gonna choose, so we're gonna keep Gandra. No, well, we're gonna put her in the front row. Okay, so right now we have Hoplite, Princess, and Zodiac. So that's 1 healer, 1 defender, 1 offense. That means I have 1 more slot for offense and 1 more slot for gimmick. Alright, so what do I want to do for offense? What do I want to do for gimmick? Okay, so that means we're gonna register new people. Okay, I need 1 more offense and I need 1 more gimmick. Okay. Offense. Offense, okay. Let's go with good old Laira. And she's going to be the Arbalist, and she's going to be the black girl with the boobs. Sorry. I had to say it. And because if I don't say it now, when am I going to say it, man? Gotta say it now, so... Okay. And then, we gotta pick a gimmick character. The gimmick slot's more of an open slot, if you want to think about it that way. To allow variances between teams. Because you only have, like, 2 classes that can really serve as a defender. You only have 2 classes that can serve as a healer. You have many offensive characters, and then you can choose the gimmick. So... what am I going to do? I am going to use a ninja for my gimmick. So let's go with ninja. And she'll be the token lolly over here. What does her alternate character art look like? No. Just use that. Alright. So that will make our formation look like this. Hang on, I gotta find them. Okay, so we got Zera, not using Vincent anymore, not using Keyairah anymore. Okay, Laira and Mina. Okay. So we got defense, healer, offense, offense, gimmick. Okay, so far so good. Okay, now Gandra as their current healer is not that great, so we need to fix that. Yeah, gotta fix a lot. So, what do we do to fix Gandra? Okay, we go to Gandra, we're gonna rest her. Doesn't get much easier than that. So we rest Gandra, all's good. Except now she doesn't have anything. So we go to custom, and she'll have like 29 skill points. Alright, fun. Got 29 skill points, what do I do with all of them? First things first, we're actually gonna go for Protect Order, and I didn't want to go for Protect Order, but it is a good healing skill. So, get Guard Order to 5, then we go over to Rally Order, we get that to 5. And then we're gonna get Protect Order to 7. Yeah, okay, let's get Protect Order to 7. And then we're gonna go all the way back up here and start getting Monarch March again. So we go to Royal Veil, we'll put it to 5. We go to Triumphant Cry, we put that back to 5. And we go back to Monarch March and we put that at 2. And that's it. And once we get the subclass out of the way, Monarch March will increase maybe to 5. Alright, so Defender, Healer, okay. Now we have Zera. What does Zera do? She's not changing. For the most part, she's not going to change. Zera is, for the most part, actually pretty good. And she doesn't need changing, so we'll just put that on our way to Binary Fire, and she's almost done with all of that, so she can start working on Senpuku and stuff. That's gonna be great. Or Ether Mastery. Pfft, like I'm gonna do Ether Mastery. Okay, and Laira, she's new, and Mina is new. Okay, so here's a giant question. What are you doing with these characters, dude? And my answer is like, I'm gonna do this, dude. And you're like, okay, dude. Yeah, that was kind of over dramatic. Okay. So what does Laira do? Laira is going to get max giant kill, max bolt mastery. Both of these are important because giant kill is amazing versus bosses, and bolt mastery, of course, increases their own attack. Not only that, but I need at least close to max mastery in order to get Cloudbuster. Yeah, I do need max bolt mastery to get Cloudbuster, and that's going to be my main offensive skill. Then I'm going to put 2 in each of the barrages, and then whatever subclass I put her at, she's going to start getting towards, like, charge or something. I don't know. Something useful. I might put some skills into proper form, because proper form will help get the barrages, make them more accurate. So yeah, that's that. So just start pouring those into giant kill. And Mina is going to be our gimmick. So what is she going to do? What does this ninja? What is going to be so special about this ninja? There's a skill on the ninja called Kupikiri. Now, first things first, you always put, and when you make a ninja, you always put Kaburi no Su at 1. That way she's doing maximum damage from the back. Gotta have that. Plus, in the future, she can lower the TP cost of skills. That's not the important part. The important part is that that's good. Awesome. So, she gets that, and we're gonna start working towards Kupikiri. And that says that normal attacks may be fatal blows. This, coupled with swashbuckling, equals amazing. And that's what I'm going to do with Mina. That's the gimmick. She's going to be using normal attacks, and she's going to be hitting multiple times, sometimes, not all the time. But basically, she's going to be, in the random encounter fights, she's going to be the girl who's instant killing everything. Well, at least one enemy, because it can't, swashbuckling won't transfer to another enemy, I don't think. Okay, so, gotta start working towards Kupikiri. Pardon me. I like how I paused the game, not the recording. Okay, so, we get to start working towards Kupikiri, and that's gonna require Suikyu at 3 and Makabishi at 5. I probably won't use either of these skills, but to get Suikyu, you need to start getting Fukubari. And yeah. We're gonna need that to 3, and we're gonna need this to 5, and that means that's gonna be at 3, and then we can start getting Kupikiri. And then I need to start working towards swashbuckling. It's that, yeah. So, okay, so there's our gimmick. Alright, now, we have 2 characters at level 1, and who are totally not equipped for anything. That's great, right? So, we're gonna need some money. Well, where are these funds gonna come from, Life Rake? You can't just pull these funds out of your ass. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I can't. It's kind of impossible. So, what do? We go to the port! Farming, whatever that is. What I like doing is going to the port and do Tanyan fishing. Oh boy, we have 2 Tanyans available. We have the one in the upper right corner and the one in the far left. I don't know which one's better. I'll try to get both. So, let's see, what am I gonna bring? We're gonna need lime fruits. The foremass is already on it. We're gonna need the casting net, and we're going to need the harpoon. It's harpoon. Awesome. Set sail. Armor, duh, and go. Oh, he's all the way down there? Oh, you better get your face up here. There we go. Tanyan's mine! Meat times 10, additional 1. Skin times 4, additional 1. Liver, an additional 1 liver, that's awesome. Money! How does a Tanyan have 2 livers? I don't know. It's about my dark and mysterious past. I don't know. I just had to put that out there. Flying fish, blah blah blah. We're looking at the total. Look, the liver's worth 600 each. That's amazing. 2 grand. Okay, awesome. I like that. Let's go buy some armor for the new people, because well, they need armor. They're not getting anywhere without armor, and they're not getting anywhere without weapons either. So, oh nope, Gandavam. Okay, Gandavam for the lovely black lady, and what else? Oh right, and the best knife we can have available. So that would be the machete for Mina. Alright, and armor. Akaten for Laira. And Mina, you're gonna need the red double. That's great, because it gives her resistance to fire. What else? We're going to need helmets. Helmets. Yes, helmets. Curses Shore the Beret. Oh boy. I could be here all day. Let's get the berets. They're cheaper. Plus, I'm kind of running low on funds. And Arbalist. Well, that's amusing. Had just enough. Alright, let's go set subclasses. Yeah, this is the process you go through when you're redesigning your team. Set subclass. Okay, Laira, what are you doing? The future, you're probably going for charge. I don't see why she wouldn't go for charge. There's nothing really else to help her. So, in the future, she can get charge and wolf howl. Awesome. It's fine by me. Okay, Zera's fine. Gandra, you need to reset yours. We'll see, what else? What else can you do? Well, other than the monk. You're gonna be our one healer, you may as well have the refresh and the unbind, so we'll take that. And Mina, you're getting Buccaneer. No questions asked. Ninja Buccaneer. Awesome. Okay, then we go to custom. And figure out what we're doing these 5 points. Answer is get healing to 2, get refresh and unbind at least started. Okay, and get more Monarch March. Oh well. And with Laira, yep, more giant kill. No question there. And Mina, you're going to need, alright, that's right, more of this stuff, okay. Gonna start with that, and Makabishi's now available. 4 levels from now, she's gonna max Makabishi, then we can get, and then we're gonna get Kibikiri, and then we're gonna start working with the Buccaneer stuff, and it's gonna take a while before she can get her stuff out, but I think it's like around level 40 she gets it out, so that's all good. Yeah, BRB. Now get back. Okay, what else? Well, okay, we just subclassed people and got their proper stuff. Awesome. It's nice to know that Laira won't actually be starting on charge for a while. Vendor and Wolf Howl at 3. What do I need for a vendor? Berserker Vow. Well, okay then. That won't be too difficult. That won't be too difficult at all. Especially since it's worth getting the charge for. Okay. Well, guess what I get to do? I get to train level 1 characters, so guess what that means? That totally means that the next episode is totally a music video. So hey guys, this has been LifeRake, and as always, I thank you for watching. I know today was lame as all heck, because it's pretty much just rebalancing the team again. But hey, it has to be done sometime, so it had an end, it needed it, so, you know, it had to be done. So I'm doing it. Self-explanatory issues, okay? It needed this, like, bad. Like, really bad. So, that's it. That's my story. I'm gonna say bye now. Goodbye.